You made over 35,000 decisions today. What to eat, what to wear, what to click. But what if I told you? Most of those weren't really yours. No one forced you, but someone designed the environment that made your choice feel inevitable. Welcome to the world of nudging, where obedience feels like free will. In 2008, two behavioral economists, Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein, coined the term nudge. A nudge doesn't remove your choices. It simply makes one option easier, faster, or feel like the right one. They called it choice architecture. And it's used everywhere, from governments to, your favorite apps. You still think you're in control, but honestly, most of the time the outcome has already been chosen by someone else. Let's talk about your daily life. Here's how you're being nudged right now. Milk and eggs are always in the back of the store, so you walk past junk food first. That's on purpose. The smell of bread? Pumped into the air to make you feel hungry. Netflix autoplays the next episode before you decide. That's not convenience, that's addiction by design. Apps default to data sharing on, because, most people never change the settings. You didn't say yes, but you didn't say no either. That's a nudge. Crosswalk buttons? In some cities, they don't even work. They're just there to give you a sense of control. Credit cards highlight the minimum payment. Most people pay just that, keeping them in debt longer. Not an accident, a psychological trap. Even job applications, filter your answers using default options. There's a pre-filled gender, preset salary ranges. Basically, you're being sorted before anyone even reads your name. These aren't glitches. They're actually decisions, designed to guide yours. So when does a nudge stop being helpful and start becoming control? So think about the last few years. Remember the arrows on the floors during lockdowns? The posters, the slogans, the apps? Those were nudges. And yeah, they worked. You complied. Not because you were forced, but because the system made it feel like your choice. In China, social credit nudges citizens to behave or lose privileges. In the West, your purchases and online activity are used to shape your algorithm, which shapes your opinions, which influences your real-life decisions. It's not conspiracy. It's behavioral science, and honestly, it's being used on you. So what happens when cash disappears and everything becomes digital? What if you're nudged not to buy something? Because, your social rating dropped? Or maybe because your purchase didn't align with a policy? That's not freedom. That's managed behavior. What starts as a helpful push can become a behavioral cage. So how do you fight something you can't see? Start by asking, who designed this choice? Why is this the default? What's missing from the options? Uncheck the box, turn off autoplay, and say no to those free trials that ask for your credit card. Pause, think, and choose, deliberately. Because honestly, the moment you start noticing the nudge is the moment it stops working on you. Nudging isn't always evil. It can actually help people, save lives, even promote good behavior. But when it's used to profit off you or control your behavior without your consent, it's not a nudge, it's manipulation. And the scariest part, it doesn't feel like control, it feels like convenience. In the modern world, obedience doesn't need a gun, just a well-placed nudge. If this made you think, like the video, subscribe for more breakdowns of the systems that control us. And comment below, what's a nudge you've noticed in your own life? Because the more we notice them, the less power they have.